And we are live. Welcome in to the LFC transfer room. It is Derby Day. It's me, Matty, joined by Bob, Owen, and Jay. A few newbies. Owen's relatively old now, innit? Jay and Bob, brand new. I'll start with you, Jay. What do you think of the team news?
Mate up, mate. I know loads of people are saying because Everton are in bad form and we're flying that we'll just roll them over and can rest people. It's a derby, mate, so go full strength and beat them.
Yeah, what about you, Bob?
Yeah, happy with the team. About time as well we put a strong team out. I was worried that we might see a bit of a Divock return today. Not worried to say, but because he always does the business. But strong team. It's about time we beat him at Goodison now. Do you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, what about you, Owen? Are you happy with the team?
Yeah, buzzing, absolutely buzzing. I think it's our best team we could possibly put out. And probably when everyone's fit, probably our best team then. So yeah, definitely positive. But I really hope we can just win after, I think it's 5 years since anyone last won at Goodison. We're in this game. So we need to go there and just win. I don't care how we do it.
Yeah, the last two Goodison fixtures haven't had fans. What do you reckon? Do you reckon the fans are going to make an impact, or do you reckon that Liverpool team is just literally going to turn Everton over this evening?
Did you ask me that then? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I think we're used to good atmospheres, aren't we? Playing at Anfield, so I don't think the Goodison faithful are going to scare our 11. But I imagine if there's an early goal for us, it'll get very hostile. So whether that puts pressure on their team more than ours, I'd say. But no, I don't see it getting to our squad, to be honest.
Bob, do you reckon it's the strongest midfield Liverpool could have put out with Fabinho, Henderson, and Thiago?
Yeah, 100%. That's the best midfield. I think that's the midfield we've all wanted, really, all since we signed Thiago, really. But for different reasons, it's not been able to be put together. So, yeah, delighted with that midfield. Go strong. Like I said, I really want us to just absolutely smash them today. Like, none of this 1-0. Obviously, I'll take a 1-0, but genuinely, I'm still angry from last year and how it all went at Goodison. Yeah. So, I really want a big win just to make sure. Like, I can see maybe Trent man of the match. Won't be surprised by Trent goal. I don't know.
Speaking of last season, Owen, obviously the last time we played Everton at Goodison, it was the end of Virgil van Dijk's season. How do you think he'll be going into this game? Do you reckon he'll be seeking revenge or straight up professional, go in and try and win?
Yeah, he's very professional, isn't he? I don't think there's going to be any element of professional, any element of like getting revenge or like kind of getting his own back on Pickford. I think he's going to be going into it like wanting to show his football skills more than like playing dirty, which I think I expect him to play that way today. I expect Everton to play really dirty, go in physical and see what we've got, and we've got to match them.
Jay, facing Rafa, first time in blue dugout, he's facing us. How do you reckon that's going to go? Because like his Derby form goes out the window in derbies, they're on a really, really poor run. But Rafa's come out and said a win here today could kickstart their season. Rafa's a tactical genius. How do you think he's going to go into the game?
Similar to what Mourinho used to do, to be honest. I can see him trying to park the bus a bit and relying on the counter-attack probably, because you do know Rafa can get a result by defending. We've done it a lot of the time in the Champions League when he was at us. So I think the most important thing for him is not to lose this game more than win it, because obviously I said it yesterday when I was on, if we win this today and our fans are singing Rafa, 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 the Blues are just going to lose it. Like, on Goodison's hostile anyway, mate. So if you've got a load of cop-heights singing about Rafa while they're getting beat, it's just going to be a proper fairness.
They're already on us back, aren't they, Bob? After you see the reaction from the game against Brentford, the fans were not happy at all. Basically told all the players to go away when he came over to thank them for the support. Do you think this could be the first nail in Rafa's coffin if he was to lose to Liverpool today?
Definitely. I mean, I can see probably if we put a performance first off like we did at Old Trafford, it would be a nice sight to see them streaming out at half time yet again. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, definitely. If we win this game, I can see it being the end for him, to be honest. especially like I said, with our fans enjoying the fact that it's Rafa Benitez at their dugout. I don't think they'll be there to the end, really. Obviously, depending on the scoreline, but if we win today, then he's pretty much gone, to be honest. Because, like I said, against Brentford, they were not happy anyway. The only thing that not worries me in the sense that we'll lose, but like you spoke about earlier regarding the aggressiveness, I think it was Owen that mentioned it. I think they've got Richarlison back now, and he's a horrible little so-and-so. So I can see him trying to do something not nice early on. So I hope the ref is strong. Book people when they need to be booked. None of this like it's a derby stuff, because since Klopp's been here, all the derbies we've had with them, we've never really done anything outrageous tackle-wise, and we just seem to be picking up injuries from Funes Mori all the way to Van Dijk. It's just ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? So.
Well, when you look at their team, they have got the midfield somewhat on the way back. They got the Corey back in the 11. They got a decent midfield, to be fair, with Alan Decore, and they've got Gray, who has impressed me since he signed. Where do you think their key threats are going to come from? Owen, they are without Calvert-Lewin, which I think is a massive plus for Liverpool. But where do you think their threats will come from this evening?
Well, I've liked a lot what I've seen of Demarai Gray this season, for sure. I think no one really saw it when he came in. Very cheap buy, kind of did okay at Leicester, but still had a lot to prove. But he's come in and just been a breath of fresh air for that Everton team. But Richarlison, I think, is their main threat. I think you can see it when they play. He's just really dirty in a way that he wants to get in there, get in the box, get the goals. And apart from Calvert-Lewin, he's definitely their main goal threat.
What about you, Jay? Are you worried about Richarlison, or we're not going to see the pigeon dance today?
I'm not particularly scared of him, mate. I think when Everton were quoted to get 60, 70 million for him, they should have got shut down and got someone else in. Honestly, I think the rave about him is well too much. He works hard. I'll give him that. He's not a great finisher, and I don't think he's a particularly great dribbler. I think Gray and Townsend are the ones to watch, and it wouldn't surprise me if Richarlison got a red card today, like Bob was saying before. He likes getting stuck into stupid things he doesn't need to get involved in. Bit like when Funes Mori was giving it all that to the badge when he injured Origi and got sent off the divvy. So yeah, I've got to be honest, mate. No, he doesn't really scare me, Richarlison. Luca Dean on the left wing getting balls in, but Calvert-Lewin isn't there anyway to be on the end of it. So there isn't anyone particularly I'm scared of, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, no one can be worried by Rondon, really, can they?
Don't say that, mate, because if he bangs 2 or 3 now, I swear to God.
Speaking of Townsend, though, Bobby, he's made a really good start to life at Everton. I think he's a really underrated midfielder. He's came into Everton and seems to have picked up his career again. Do you think he could make a difference for Everton today?
Yeah, just I was going to say, just closing down whenever he's on his left foot, really, because he's got the old thunderbolt from outside the box from time to time. So, like I said, him, Demarai Gray, and Richarlison, they're the ones, not that we're scared of, but those are the 3 really that you can say are threatening to our goal. But listen, I'm sure Klopp and the backroom staff have done all that homework and they already know more than I do anyway. So, but yeah, Townsend, if they had Calvert-Lewin, I would say the crosses in would have been dangerous, because at the weekend, Demarai Gray put a few good crosses in, but they had Rondon. It looked like he couldn't move. So, if they do the crosses in today, we've got very, very, very good centre-backs to deal with it, really. So, I anticipate it not being too much of an issue. But yeah, whenever he cuts in, just close him down, because we can't be letting him off from a long distance.
Speaking of centre-backs then, Owen, we see Matip return next to Van Dijk for this evening's fixture. I don't think Canarte has put a foot wrong when he's played for the
Yeah, I agree.
Few streams. But do you think Matip just gives you that bit more sense of security going into an Everton game, or would you have liked to have seen maybe Canate start today?
Yeah, well, I think Canate's still adapting. He's still like getting to know the system, still kind of just getting his presence around and kind of building up that chemistry with Van Dijk, because he hasn't played hardly any games really, has he? Not one, but a couple of games now. So yeah, I think Matip for this game is always going to play, just his experience. Obviously playing the Champions League final for us. he's just been our best centre-back over the last couple of years, hasn't he? So, yeah, I think he was always expected to play this big game at Goodison. It's going to be a feisty game, so I think you definitely need that experience there.
And Jay, we seen Robbo return to a bit of his form against Porto, and then he put arguably a man of the match performance in against Southampton at the weekend. We're expecting the same from him, consistency. He knows Simicast is on his back. Are we back to seeing the best of Robbo, do you reckon?
Simicast is class, but no one gives you what Robbo gives you. No one can run like him. He's brilliant going forward with his delivery, but he's a boss defender. He's hard to get past, know what I mean? Simicast has been brilliant in his delivery. Is as good as what I've seen, but I don't think he's as strong defensively as Robbo is. So for these type of big games, I probably would always go Robbo. Kris said last night he thinks Simicast, but I wouldn't be taking chances in big games, especially a derby, which might be physical, and I think Robbo's more ready for that and used to it, more suited to a physical game. So I'd definitely be going with Robbo.
Speaking of Kris, here he is in his Oxley Chamberlain pyjamas, trying to fly the flag. Do you agree with this comment, Kris? Do you reckon the Ox should have started over Hendo? He is being in good form, but can he replace the skipper in a derby? Bob?
No, sorry, I thought you were saying to Kris. Yeah, no, absolutely not. No. Obviously, like you said, Ox has been in good form, but Henderson, that is the midfield we've all wanted to see from the day Thiago walked in, really. Do you know what I mean? So let it gel, let it get some games under its belt together. And the only problem, not the only problem, is the thing I can see why people prefer Ox over Henderson is maybe some games Henderson hasn't had those two. But whenever Henderson's had the Fabinho and Thiago next to him, I mean, that's the midfield that started at Goodison last year. And even though we drew 2-2, Henderson gets the winner at the end. And I think we absolutely dominated the game, really, regardless what went on. We dominated the whole 90 minutes, really. They just had two chances and took their chances at the end. But yeah, he's the captain. It's a big game. We need a win. We need to keep momentum on, get that sorted. And Ox can always come on. Do you know what I mean? That's not a problem.
Speaking of that midfield, Owen, this midfield, in my opinion, allows Thiago to show his creativity a little bit more because Hendo will sit back a bit more. He'll cover. Thiago can get forward and show what he's about. He's been phenomenal in the last two games. Do you think this is another game where Thiago can show his attacking brilliance, or do you think he'll be taking a more defensive route because it is a derby?
No, 100%. He will be showing his attacking capabilities like we've seen over the last two games. I have no doubt about that. Henderson, he can attack, but I think Thiago's better suited to that. What we were just saying about the midfield there, I'm not sure on this midfield if I'm being completely 100% honest. Purely because I think you need a bit more pace in there. I like what Kris said with Ox. I do like Ox, but a bit of Curtis Jones in there. I wouldn't have minded that today. Oh, well, Curtis Jones has still got that problem with his eye, isn't he? But I would have liked a bit more pace in there, personally. But I still have no doubt that midfield's strong enough to go and do the job tonight.
Would you agree with Kris's comments here, Jay, that if we treat it like a football match, we'll win? If we treat it like a derby, you have a chance?
100%, to be honest, mate, yeah. I said yesterday I didn't think they play physically, but thinking about it now, it's probably the only way they're going to get a result, isn't it? If they try and play on the floor properly the way we do, I don't think they've really got a chance. So I think their best hope probably is to throw a few hard tackles in and see if there's any players who aren't game for it. And that is probably their best way of winning it, to be fair. So yeah, I agree with them, but I think that's why it's that important Henderson plays for me. Everton's midfield's got no pace either. And Hendo's the one who pushes everyone else to make sure that they are up for it, in for a good and hard tackle, pressing. He's the one who's at the forefront of that. So I'm made up he's starting myself, and Ox can have an impact off the bench, more direct, a bit of pace if things aren't going well. So it's the right midfield for me.
Looking at the bench then, Bob, it is a little bit weak for Liverpool, to be fair. We've got Kelleher, Canate, Milner, the Ox, Minamino, Costas, Origi, Nico Williams and Tyler Morton. Who can come on and make an impact? Is Divock going to come on and show down?
It's written, isn't it? It's written for Divock. It's time. There's no one else. No, I don't seriousness. Minamino looks lively at the moment. He looks good. He looks good at the moment. Obviously, there's Ox on there as well, and Divock at later stages can. But to be honest, the way I see the game going, it's going to be, I wouldn't say comfortable, but I don't think we'll need to make changes to affect the game in order to go and win it. I believe we'll be in a winning position anyway, and the changes we'll be making will be either just to rest players or, mainly just take some legs out of the team kind of thing and just control the game more than it needing a goal. At least that's what I'm hoping. But as Anthony says on there, Divock, genuinely, I thought he might be a surprise starter today because Klopp's not afraid of doing that from time to time. But happy with the team, to be honest.
To be fair to Divock, though, when he's been called upon this season, he's been decent. Even that Milan game sticks out to me especially. He was phenomenal in that game. And
was he though? Compared to Origi standard, though?
No, by Origi standard.
It was. There you go.
With Origi, when he plays on the left, he's terrible.
I was going to say, when he plays number 9, definitely.
Yeah, because he's unbelievable at playing off the last man. And there's a reason Liverpool kept him around so long. We could have got rid of him plenty of summers on the bounce. Probably after the Champions League, we could have got rid of him. That was when his ceiling was highest. Could have got rid of him last summer. But I couldn't fault Origi this year. Could you, Owen? Really?
Not really, no. He's done whatever he's needed to do, really, when called upon. He hasn't really had much game time, so you can't really judge him too much. But, he's done the job when need be.
One person who has caught me eye a bit this year, Jay, is Taki. When he's come on, he's looked sharp. Can you see him making an appearance in a derby today? And can you see him making a difference if he does get on?
I think only if one of the three are having a proper stinker in the second half, or if we're comfortable, like 3 goals up, then maybe rest one of the front three. But I wouldn't be bringing him on too early, just because with the nature of it being a derby, I don't know if he'd be game for that physical side. Probably hasn't been in a match like this before, to be fair. So no, I wouldn't bring him on unless I had to, or we were really comfortable. But I do agree, he has looked good in the little cameos that he's been on. He's a good little finisher, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And Bob, there's a few players in our team who have never experienced an Everton derby, to be fair, with fans. Jota, one of them. Jota was fantastic against Southampton. Do you think he could be the difference again today, or are we looking purely at Salah and Mane to be the ones to make the difference?
No, I believe Jota will be, to be honest. Apart from last year, I don't believe Salah's got a goal at Goodison yet since he's been with us, fans or no fans. So, I believe Jota, the form he's in, he's getting now to a position where he's confident enough. Like I remember last year, obviously, it was his first year. If a chance or a ball comes across the box, you kind of be leaving it to Salah sort of thing. But his first goal at the weekend, he didn't really care if Salah was there or not. I'm getting to it and I'm putting it in, do you know what I mean? So, and that's what we want to see off our number 9, really, do you know what I mean? So, I completely have confidence for him to do the business today, to carry on his hot streak and get a couple of goals, to be honest. Salah will get a goal as well, I believe. I'm generally really, really confident about today. I believe that there is a hatchet to be sorted out there at Goodison from last year, and I hope everybody is on board with that, to be honest.
Oh, and your mate here with his unpopular opinions, as always, Kris. Minamino's second best finisher in the club.
No chance.
Way off, isn't he?
What is he watching? Like he's watching like some in a different sort of universe, isn't he? A different dimension.
This is the same lad who was saying Nico Williams, right wing.
No, I agree with him there. I agree with him on that one.
Oh, come on. Don't get me started on that. But with this game, I'm not as confident as you are, Bob. I'm really not. I know too many Everton fans who've got messages probably ready written to send to me if they get the results in the 90th minute. What score do you reckon we're going to do with them? If you're so confident, you reckon it's going to be a thrashing or a 1 or 2?
I think I'm hoping for a thrashing, but in my mind all day I've had it as 3-0. 3-0. I just said, to be honest, I wasn't sure if they were hiding something about Calvert-Lewin, like he might pop up last minute, but now we know he's definitely out. Honestly, like Rondon, at best 3-1, but I'm going 3-0. I'm sticking my 3-0 prediction today. Goals for all the front three.
Drew's it in with 3-1. Have a good time in the pub, Drew. What about you, Jay? What score are you reckoning?
I said yesterday 3-0, and I said the same as Bob, to be fair. I definitely fancy Jota for a goal. I don't know why, I'm convinced he'll score. And then I got called a granddad yesterday because I said I'd like a goal for all the front three. But you know, the front three we've got, wouldn't surprise you the 4-3 score, but there's something tonight that I just definitely fancy Jota to score, and probably Mane as well.
Mane loves a derby.
3-0, 3-0 I'd say.
Kris, if I could pull your comments up, I would, but I don't want to get us in trouble, but that is a belter comment, to be fair. Well, you Owen, what score do you reckon?
5-0.
5-0?
Yes,
5-0.
Yes, Owen.
I'm feeling it. Trent masterclass, mate. I'm feeling a Trent goal today. I actually am. I don't want to look like an idiot here, but I'm confident.
Do you know what I want? I want Van Dijk to score and to just stand in front of Pickford, like, just stand there, you know, like a weigh-in.
Yeah. Like, if it was to be a tight game, I can see him getting the winner. Like, if it was a tight 2-1 game, for instance, then I can see Van Dijk getting the winner. He's done it before in his debut, so...
Yeah, true that, mate, yeah.
We're in, so...
I could see Van Dijk scoring. That's someone who I've said today. I think it's just written in the stars that Van Dijk returns to Goodison and bags either a volley or maybe even takes a free kick, because there was an interview with him, I think, with Tubes a few weeks ago, and it was like where fans asking questions, and someone said, "Why do you not take free kicks?" And he said, "Because of Trent. Trent takes them, but if I get one, I won't be took off them." Now that was confidence that I absolutely love, and I don't know if you've ever seen a Van Dijk free kick when he was at Celtic.
Trent can't take free kicks. You can't.
You need to see Van Dijk's free kicks. They are.
He can hit a ball, can't he?
Yeah. I mean, I do like Trent's free kicks, but I would love to see a Van Dijk screamer.
And if it doesn't go in, hopefully it just takes Richarlison's head off on the wall.
Yeah. Or just smashes Pickford in the head and goes in.
Yeah, before we go, I'm gonna go with a 2-1 win with Van Dijk getting the winner. I just want to see it. That's what I really want. As much as I'd love to batter Everton, there's nothing more than being able to score like 90th minute winners. Like that Pickford masterclass against the Origi in history for me. And them type of derbies are the best because Everton have got all that hope and then we just shatter them like the 90th minute. Surely that's a little bit more sweet, Bob, than like a 3-0.
It is. No, I agree it is. But I think they go into this one today from the off hoping for a draw. It's sweet when you get them ones when they actually come into it thinking that they're going to win. But from what they're saying all before this game, they're all very defeatist about it. And a draw will be like a win to them. So if that's the case, you might as well just hammer them and take that hope away. You know what I mean? Right.
Would you take 2 goals from Van Dijk and Thiago, squaring up to Richarlison and Pickford as well? Kris has made a good point here. Liverpool are always good when we're on Amazon Prime.
And here we've got Ali McCoy on the commentary as well. So
Ali McCoy's the belt commentator.
Boxing Day 2020. 2019, sorry.
2019. It's written in the stars, really, isn't it? Well, I hope one of us are right. We've all predicted the good score lines. I hope one of us are right. But we are going to be back for the watch along at 8:15, which is going to make sure you interact in that. It's first watch along for one of our new lads over on the YouTube channel. So do go and give that a watch. But nice one, Owen, Jay, and Bob. Hopefully one of us are right. I hope Jay is goal for the front three. Every one of them, that'd be perfect. Same.
Hopefully we're all right because that means we're definitely winning.
Yeah.
But I just would love to see a Van Dijk screamer. But come back for the watch along, and then we are back post match. The minute the match finishes, we'll be straight on discussing another Liverpool victory that'll put us top of the table. Hopefully, we get a nice one to Jay, Bob, and Owen. I've been Matty. We've been LFC Transfer Room, and we'll see you in a bit.